Welcome to the POG Society Podcast. My name is ScottiePOG, and I will be your host of this podcast. I want to do this very first episode, kind of introduce what the POG Society Podcast is and what the POG Society is in general. So to kind of start out here, my name is ScottiePOG. The POG Society is my community. I am a streamer over on Twitch, and I've named my community the POG Society. The name came up in a streamer friend of mine's chat with someone who mentioned something about POG Society. That'd be a good name for the community. It's recently new, and I'm trying to do something fun with it and bring my streamer friends along with it as well. The whole point of this podcast is going to be focusing on just a variety of different topics. I've wanted to do a podcast for quite a while now. So just focusing on different topics such as streaming, gaming, content creation. I'm a fan of pro wrestling, so there might be some of that in there. Just kind of a variety of different topics. I'm not going to limit it to just one topic. That being said, this will be a primarily YouTube focused thing. I know YouTube has this new podcast feature I just saw when creating the YouTube channel here, so I'm gonna try that out as well. So it might be on YouTube Music as audio, so that's kind of cool. But the POG Society Podcast is going to be just that, just something I might bring my friends on and hang out with them and talk about different topics with them as well. I'm going to try to make it a weekly thing. I can't guarantee that because of work schedule, stuff like that. I'm going to do my best. Now with the POG Society itself, and the reason there's a YouTube channel here is I want to create a space to where I can showcase my streamer friends. Sometimes, editing videos, stuff like that for short form content while a streamer is hard to do, and some people just don't want to do it. So I've offered to help do that and edit some short form content for them based off their Twitch clips, and that's just kind of how that's going to be. This podcast is going to be very lightly edited. It's not going to be super edited. What you see is what you're going to get. And I guess the whole point of this first episode here might be a little bit shorter than the other episodes. I'm not going to guarantee a length here. I'm going to sort of kind of, once a week start it up, record, might bring a friend in, talk with them too as well, and hang out with them and stuff like that. Like I said, I wanted to create a podcast for a while. So I guess for this first episode, I'll kind of go through a little about me and how I started in streaming and I guess content creation. So again, my name is ScottiePOG. I started streaming in I think it was August of 2020. But back then I went by the name DaFluff93. Um, I streamed on that name for quite a while. That was my gamer tag. When I created my Twitch account, I wasn't necessarily trying to stream. I was mostly just wanting to watch streams. There's a game coming out that I wanted to see previews of. So I was kind of made a Twitch account. I think it was like in June or July of 2020. I started watching a streamer, watched a few different streamers, after they rated stuff like that. And I met a streamer by the name of the Cooch4 at the time. He's now the Bearded Wolverine over on Twitch. And I saw him streaming, and he was one of the first streamers to kind of talk with me in his chat. And I let him know because I used to stream lightly back in like 2016. I streamed a game called Paragon. It was off my PlayStation 4 at the time. And I didn't take it seriously. I didn't think much of it. I was just bored. I'd play it. I'd stream mainly to not copy, but mainly to uh, record my gameplay, I guess. I kind of wish I would have stuck with it because a lot has changed since then. And if I had stuck with it, I might be a little further along than I am now. But anyway, I met my friend. Again, we just call him Cooch. It's a nickname of his. And he talked to me. I talked to him about streaming and said I used to do it. He asked why I got out of it. I let him know there's just kind of, just didn't have much interest in it. But it looked fun when, watching him play and stuff. And I didn't want to play this game, which is a Paragon remake. It was called Fault. It had just released in early access, and I really wanted to play it. I actually went out and bought a gaming PC just to play this game. I didn't have any computer at the time at all besides my work computer. So it was different for me. Yeah, I started streaming, I believe it was like August 14th or 15th of 2020. And it was just fun. I remember when I load up a stream for the first time, I was really nervous. I got rated by another fault content creator. His name was Britic. He rated me about 75, 76 people. It was very, very nerve wracking. I didn't have alerts. I didn't have anything to let me know. So I didn't notice for a good couple of minutes. Again, very first stream. Was not ready for that. Very, very glad that he decided to raid me, though. He was one of the streamers whose chat I hung in almost every day because I watched him on YouTube when Paragon was around, and then kind of just watched his streams. Flash forward to about I want to say probably about 6 months later. I was still into streaming. I had joined a streaming community called Streamworks that Cooch had introduced me to. Met a lot of good friends in there. My current roommate, Rewind, was someone I met through there. His girlfriend, Beth. My friend Chivels, my friend Captain America. Just a bunch of great people I've met through this community. It's no longer around. It's no longer a thing. But I was very grateful for that community because that community helped me get to affiliate. I got to affiliate in about 3 months after streaming. I'm very lucky. I know that. And I know some people grind for 6 months to a year before they even reach that point. So I'm very lucky in the fact that I reached affiliate decently fast. Affiliate itself is not super hard to get to. But when you're first starting out, it seems like an impossible goal to monetize what you're doing. Flash forward to August of 2020, not August, but October of 2021, I decided that I wanted to switch up my branding. Again, I was the Fluff 93 for the longest time. And then I decided someone talked to me and said you should try to get the numbers out of my name, which was fine. So at the time, I rebranded to what I call Fluff to Panda, because my logo kind of at the time was a panda. My nickname is Fluff, so it kind of just fit in. I had the duh there from Duh Fluff 93. And so it was kind of a easy transition to do. So I put a lot of thought into it. I faked retiring from streaming with my community. I basically tricked them and think I was retiring. I took a couple weeks and rebranded. I hired an artist to do my logo. I had all merch already set for it, stuff like that. So I put a lot of thought into it. At the time, I was averaging about 10 to 15 viewers, so it wasn't like a huge community that I had, but it was still my community. I was still very proud of it. So I rebranded, came back as Fluff to Panda. It was great. And then shortly after that, I had some health issues, and I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Uh, if you've never been diabetic or know anyone with diabetes, when you first kind of get diagnosed and things are kind of out of control with your blood sugar, you kind of get like my problem is my blood sugar was too high, so I just got drained of a lot of energy. Um, so I didn't stream like I rebranded, and then this happened probably about a week or two after I rebranded and did my first stream under the rebrand, and I lost a lot of energy, and I just didn't feel like doing anything, literally anything, working, streaming. It seemed like too much. And so I didn't stream for a good while. I was in the hospital 4 days with the diabetes diagnosis and getting it treated. Literally right after that, I moved from Nebraska at the time to Texas, where I currently am now. And that's when I moved with my friend Rewind, again, someone who I met through streaming and through Twitch, and it's been a great friendship. So I currently am still his roommate, and I'm still living with him. But once I got here, I tried to stream here and there, but because of the diabetes stuff like that, I felt like my rebranding was quote unquote ruined. It wasn't, but it's how I felt about it. I no longer like the Fluff the Pen. The name was associated to a bad memory for me, and so I decided after a while to rebrand again. I rebranded to just my name, which is Scotty Stearns at the time. Uh, and I was under that name for a while. And then I'm not sure. I'm really not sure why I went away from Scotty Stearns. I think it was something about having my real name as my focus. Um, But I went away from Scotty Stearns, I believe originally because I was going to start streaming on just YouTube. And so I just changed my Twitch name to a random name I thought of, which was ScottiePOG. I say Pog a lot. It made sense. I wasn't planning on streaming on Twitch again. Uh, and then after I thought about it for a couple weeks after that, again streaming on YouTube, having a good time on YouTube. I had some people who said they'd wish I'd stream back on Twitch again because they didn't like streams on YouTube. And so I had the idea of multi-streaming from to Twitch and YouTube, but I had just changed my username on Twitch to ScottiePOG just because something different. Uh, the more I thought about it, the more ScottiePOG fit me. I didn't have the number as a name, and I still had my name in it, which is Scotty. And so I decided to keep the ScottiePOG name. My YouTube channel is now like everything of mine is ScottiePOG, the POG Society. It's all related to ScottiePOG in some way, shape, or form. So I'm really proud of my current username and how it stands. I'm going to stick with it. I'm putting a lot of thought into it. I'm trying to make YouTube content. I still haven't decided where I want to stream full time yet. Uh, Platform wise, I'm not a full time streamer. I'm definitely a part time streamer. But platform wise, where I want to stream full time, I'm not 100% sure. Uh, YouTube, I think, is a good option. Twitch, I think, is also a good option if they can fix some stuff and make discoverability a little bit better. That's why I'm making different content in other places. TikTok, YouTube, YouTube Shorts for sure are really strong right now. TikToks are really strong right now. If you can get viewership on them, um, and so it's always a good time. But that's a little bit about me. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask down below in the comments of this video. And if you're listening audio wise, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to find me on Twitter, ScottiePOG. You can ask me any questions you want. Just go ahead and at me. I'm not afraid to answer questions. Um, the future of this podcast, this is the very first episode. I'm not sure if this is going to kick off or not. I'm not sure if people will like it. Again, it's kind of more just for me to talk and talk about how I'm feeling about things. If I have a certain topic I want to talk about, I know WrestleMania is coming around the corner for WWE. And so I might do an episode of my thoughts of WrestleMania and how that went, stuff like that. Pro wrestling wise, I probably won't do a lot of stuff with it unless there's like a major storyline that I'm into or I have a really strong opinion. I might bring it up. Um, I do know I have a couple episodes for this in mind that I want to do with some friends, especially my streamer friends who were there with me when I created my own version of what StreamWorks was, which is called the Easy Streaming Community. That's no longer around. I kind of want to do an episode explaining why and what happened there. But that's kind of a little bit about me and what the POG Society podcast is going to be. Again, I'm not sure the typical length of these episodes are going to be. I think I'm going to try to keep around 30, 45 minutes, but it could be longer. I'm not going to set any rules on this. If I have a friend on, we're having a good conversation, I'm not going to stop it. I used to host a show on my Twitch channel called Chit Chat where I interviewed my streaming friends, and it was a fun time. It wasn't really a podcast thing. We did it live, but those would go on for, I think my longest one of those was 8 hours of just having a conversation. That's not going to be this. We're not going to have 8 hour episodes here. That was more for live streaming content. This is just for YouTube. I'm not going to live stream these. We might do maybe like special edition episodes of live stuff, but it's a couple hours max. Um, if that's ever the case. I don't know if that ever be the case if we ever stream on this channel or not. I did enable live streaming, so it could be a thing. But again, on this channel, it's out the POG Society channel. You're going to see clips from my streaming friends who are in my Discord. I've opened up to them to let them send me clips that I'll edit down for them, and I made an agreement with them that if they send me the clips and I edit it for them, they're okay with me posting it on here as well as their own channel. And I'll always shout them out and leave a link for them when I can, and let everybody know who they are and where they can find them. So if you enjoyed the clip that you see, you can go find them. That's kind of about all I had for this episode. Again, if you want to hear more things from me or me and my friends, feel free to subscribe. Also, like if you like the video. If you have any topics you'd like to see me cover, you can comment down below on the video. Um, and again, if you're listening to an audio form of this on YouTube Music, if that's a thing, come to the video. go on YouTube and search it, come to the video, and you can leave a comment there. Let me know if any topics you want to hear me cover, or if you want to see more of a certain friend, let me know. I'll try to get people back on as soon as I can. It's one of those things. This is my side project. This is my thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to expect anyone to be here with me every week. But if I can get someone every week just kind of come and hang out or whatever, I'll definitely do it, because any excuse to kind of hang out with my streaming friends outside of like streaming and that kind of stuff, and just be able to talk. I'm always down. I love to talk, as you can probably tell. I can talk for hours about the most random stuff. Um, so I'll definitely try to do that. But I have some episodes in mind for this. So again, if you want to see more of this, make sure you subscribe, and so you get notified when an episode goes live. There'll also be shorts posted on this channel of me and my streaming friends, and different clips from from our streams and whatnot. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you watch the video, I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Welcome to the POG. Blah 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 blah. Okay, we're gonna start over.